Death is the next best adventure. You can trust death, and it will treat you gently. So today I offer a prayer for us, the congregation, for Karen. We close our eyes. May we take a deep breath and center ourselves. May we call on the divine source. May we enter the presence of the divine source. May we celebrate Karen for all she was in all of her life, for every mistake, for every recovery, for every joy. May she know that we surround her with love and caring. May we know that she has opened a door into the next best adventure of her life. May we know that it's all right to feel our grief, to sit with our grief, to let tears fall, and to know that grief is a process. It's a step on the process, that we will move through our grief. We will move into our healing as we move into a new relationship with Karen. We know that we are spiritual beings having a material experience. We know the joy of having had her in our material experience. And we know the joy of her moving on. May we feel it all. May we be fully alive. May Karen know that we care. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Diane. Our prayer chaplains are trained to hold sacred space and pray with you one-on-one. If there's anything in your heart to be held in prayer, we invite you to see a chaplain following today's service at the front of the sanctuary, over here and over there. And now, the fun stuff. We get to join Holly in singing, I'm the Thinker.
Who thinks the thoughts that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts, who changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. And if you ask me, who am I am wisdom, I am light, I am more than meets the eye, I cannot be defined. 'Cause I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts, that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought, I have the power to change my life. And if you ask me, what am I am beauty, I am joy, I am more than meets the eye, I cannot be defined. And I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts, that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought, I have the power to change my life. Let's greet each other today. changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. And I can choose to be the light that brightens someone's darkest night. I'm so much more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. 'Cause I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life.
Thank you, Holly. Thank you, everyone. What an exciting day it is with all these beautiful people. We have almost a packed house, and I'm grateful for all of you, every single one. And now let's calm down from our wonderful song. I love that song. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. That's what it makes me do. Let's affirm our unity intentions. First, let's start with our founding principle. Together, there is only one power and one present in the universe and in my life, God, the source of all good. And now our Unity of Lawrence vision statement. Together, united in divine love and joy, we celebrate a peaceful and abundant world for all. And finally, our Unity of Lawrence mission statement. Together, we are a thriving spiritual community, sharing love, building bridges, and inspiring transformation. And I am very happy to say that Joy Zimmerman is a folk and acoustic singer-songwriter with a soulful voice and inventive lyrics that light up her music. You'll hear her echoes of your own journey in Joy's songs of hope, strength, and humor. Welcome, Joy.
Thank you so much. It is such a delight to be with you all this morning. What a beautiful morning it is. And I'm hoping that you'll sing along with me. You have proven yourselves to be beautiful singers already. It's a song called Shed a Little Light, and each verse will change up the words a little bit, and I'm sure you'll pick it up. Shed a little light on me, shed a little light. Shed a little light on me, shed a little light. Shed a little light on me, shed a little light. Shed a little light, shed a little hope, shed a little peace. Share a little hope with me, share a little hope. Share a little hope with me, share a little hope. Share a little hope with me, share a little hope. Share a little light, share a little hope, share a little peace, sing a little joy. Sing a little joy with me, sing a little joy. Sing a little joy with me, sing a little joy. Sing a little joy with me, sing a little joy. Sing a little light, sing a little hope, sing a little peace. Share a little grace, share a little grace with me, share a little grace. Share a little grace with me, share a little grace. Share a little grace with me, share a little grace. Share a little light, share a little hope, share a little peace, shed a little light. Shed a little light on me, shed a little light. We need more light, shed a little light on me, shed a little light. We need more hope, shed a little light on me, shed a little light. Shed a little light, shed a little hope, shed a little peace. Shed a little light, shed a little hope, shed a little peace.
Thank you, Joy. Jay Pryor is a speaker, author, executive coach, and lay member of this congregation. Welcome, Jay.
Hi, beauties. Look at you. I swear I come up here and it's just like, la. So, before I get started today, you know I like to do this. Let's all take a breath. And let's invite anybody and everybody we want to be with us today, all right? Anybody who's passed over, we like to say made their transition. I like to invite my parents here, my siblings, my ancestors. I love to bring in the saints and the angels and all the light beings and all the people who were members of this congregation, Anola and Vi and Kidney and Bev and all those other folks. And I want us to be present for just a moment, because I tell you what, how many of us remember Karen Langsford from her hugs? Look around the room. Yeah. Last time I saw her, I hadn't seen her, it was in between, and the time she'd been sick, and it's the first time she'd been back to church. And I was standing right back there. And a friend of mine recently taught me about hugging heart to heart, like making sure you go on the left so your hearts are connected. And Karen and I had this beautiful, long hug. And I knew after that, if I never saw her again, I would be complete. Because I know that she knew that I loved her. One of the things that, if you're new to Unity or you're new to us, you might not know that we're a little weird. We're weird. We do all the weird things. And one of the things that we know, that we believe, and we talk about in Unity, we share with one another, is that that transition that Karen made is just a door. And all that happens is she just left her skin bag, right? The skin bag stayed here, and there is no death. And so that we know that Karen, on the other side, right? Karen is here with us. Karen, on the other side, is going to do amazing things, right? She's going to do amazing things. And so if you will join me, like we like to do in Unity, because we're weird, this woman needs a standing O. Standing ovation! On your feet, people! Yeah! Woo! Karen! Yeah! Yes! Yes! Yeah. Well done, my friend. Well done. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Sit down, babe. We can do amazing things. So thank you for indulging me in that for a minute, because I wanted to, for me, that was important, and I hope for you that made a difference. So I'm here to talk about dealing with your BS. So in Unity and in my book and everything we talk about, we know that what we believe about ourselves, what we believe about life, what we believe about things is how it goes. And what is a belief? So a belief comes to us in a million different ways. Sometimes we're born into beliefs, right? So I, for example, was raised Catholic, and I'm a cradle Catholic. So I'm the youngest of 9 in a town of 500 people. So my family was the choir. My dad was the president of the, Knights of Columbus. My mom was all involved, like we were Catholic. And so we were taught when we were born, that we believed that the indwelling of the Holy Spirit did not come into us until we were baptized, right? And that is something that we believed, right? And there was a belief there. And there were lots of beliefs growing up in that faith that I don't have anymore. I just don't have them. I don't have those beliefs anymore. I do not believe that I know that the Holy Spirit is flowing through me constantly. If you can't see it, you're blind, right? Because I have the Holy Spirit flowing through me all the time. It didn't have to pour water on my head to get it there, right? That is just, I know that. And so sometimes beliefs are things that we were just raised with. It's just stuff you were taught, right? And then as we grow up and we grow older, things happen. One of the things I always like to make the distinction of when I'm speaking is the difference between our mind, which is the body, right, the wiring of the mind, versus our self or our spirit, right? So the mind is this little machine that essentially the brain, once it takes input, it can just get stuck in a rut. And what happens is we say something to ourselves. So something happens when we're little, we say something to ourselves, like, I'm not good enough, or I don't deserve that. And then we say it over and over again. And most of the time, that is how a belief gets ensconced into us. It's literally something you have just told yourself over and over and over and over and over again. For example, I can share one with me. It's actually pretty cool because I was nominated. I was up Friday night. I went to a Pride Award banquet. I was nominated for a Pride Award. Thank you. And thank you. And I didn't win, right? I didn't win. And I'm used to winning, just so you know. I am. I'm spoiled. I am. I have a very blessed life. But I remember when I was a kid, one of the things that I have had a breakthrough around the last couple years was when I was in 8th grade, I was the lead in our school musical. And I was really good. And so I got to high school, and everybody just expected I would be a star, right? So I got to high school, and my first musical we did, as a freshman, I tried out for this part that I didn't get. And the senior, who should have gotten it, got the part, right? She was a senior. She should have gotten the part, right? She worked really hard. But I didn't get the part. Now, what I told myself at the time, even though rationally, right, you could tell, of course, rationally, she should have gotten the part. She's a senior. She's worked hard, blah, blah, blah. But I told myself I didn't get the part because I wasn't good enough, right? And so then the rest of my life, if I wasn't perfect or I didn't win, it was because I wasn't good enough. And I even found myself bringing that into my own business, where I could measure my own success. Because I would say things like, well, if I was good enough, Hay House would have picked me up already. If I was good enough, then I'd be a millionaire by now. If I was good enough, then XXXXX, right? I know that I'm good enough now, right? But here's the thing. Every one of you have uttered sentences like this. I call it a sentence because it's like a jail sentence, right? It's words that you speak, but you put yourself in this jail. And I'm telling you, folks, these are pervasive within you. You are just full of them, right? You're full of beliefs about yourself and about life and about things that will limit your experience of life if you believe them. Now, what happens is we gather evidence, right? So I have a whole deck of evidence over here telling you why these things are true, right? It's true that I'm not good enough because blah, 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 right? It's true that I'm not whatever it is because blah, 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 blah. And all of you have all of your evidence, right? So one of the things that we do in my work is, I've talked about this recently, is we always start with the willingness, right, to unbelieve it. Well, first we have to identify, what do we believe? I can tell you that if you just listen to the words that are coming out of your mouth, you will tell you what you believe about yourself. Because if you really listen to yourself talk to other people, you will hear yourself say things like, but I'm too fat, or I'm too poor, or I'm too broke, or I'm too this, or I can't do that because I'm too old, or I'm too this, or I'm too that. If you just listen to yourself talk, you will hear the things you have believed about yourself. And so first we have to identify, what is that belief that I don't want to unbelieve in? I don't want to believe that anymore. Because anything that you think that is any less than, you are the most beautiful being on the planet that is full of the glory of the universe. It's BS, okay? and it's belief system that isn't true. Because the only truth about you, who you are not your thoughts, you are not your words, you are nothing but a spark of divinity. And any thought less than that is BS. And so if you really want to transform something, listen to yourself. And listen to the things you believe about yourself. And then find the willingness to shift it. And the willingness for me always has to start, and this is just how I do it, but I always start with practicing constant forgiveness. Because I'm constantly thinking that I should be perfect. You know, I've already told you that I want to be perfect, right? Right, so that's my desire, to be perfect. And I'm constantly failing at that. So I'm constantly having to forgive myself for not being perfect, right? So I pray for the willingness to forgive that thing, and then I have to start watching all the evidence that I've gathered for the thing that I believe, right? I have to start paying attention and unbelieving it, right? So what I do is with my clients, for example, and myself, I give them an assignment. Go find me evidence that you're amazing. Go find me evidence that you know what you're doing. Joe Vitale wrote a book called The Attractor Factor. In that book, he has the top 10 limiting beliefs of human beings. And they're things like, I should be doing something else. I should have had this figured out by now. I'm not good enough. I don't belong here. Anybody resonate with any of this? Right? It's just stuff we believe. So we have to go about unbelieving it if we want to access our power around those things. And so by unbelieving, right, becoming an unbeliever, right, it's so important that we pay attention to the words and thoughts that we're thinking. And then in unity, what we do is we use different words, right? So when I figured out for myself that I have this belief that if I was good enough, right, X, right, if I was good enough, somebody would have called me by now. I got for myself, whoa, that's not what I want to believe. What do I want to believe? And so I remembered back that same story, and I remembered being 13 and standing on that stage and getting standing ovations like that. And I remembered, what did my 13-year-old do? Now see, me, I just turned 57, right? My first thing is my ego gets in the way. It's like, oh, you can't, right? My 13, 14-year-old was like, thank you, right? My 13, 14-year-old was like, where can I sign, right? You want my autograph? You bet. I'm 14 years old, and I was just a star in a play in Scammon, Kansas, right? I mean, she had nothing. She was filled with the light of God, right? Just, woo, fully self-expressed. And I thought, man, that's who I want to be, right? That's who I want to be. I want to be that 13, 14-year-old with unabashed, just joy. I just loved what I was doing, right? And so what I did is I started paying attention to the words and thoughts, right? And I started noticing every time, and I still do it, I'm working on it, right? Every time somebody starts to acknowledge me, I talk over them, all right? It just happened 2 days ago. A friend of mine started to acknowledge me about, sorry, it's a lot of emotion today. Y'all are, whew. You all are really, okay. So I got it. This friend of mine started to acknowledge me about the Pride Awards, and I just started talking over her. And she's a good friend. So she stopped me. She looked me in the eye. She said, stop. Could you just take this in for a minute? Right? And so I did. So I'm still working on it, right? What there is to know about your belief system, your BS, is you're full of it, first of all. Second of all, it's embedded in you. And so you've got to give yourself some grace. The last words that I remember anyway in Joy's last song was like, shed a little grace, share a little grace. Like just some grace. What I know about you as humans is you don't give yourself a lot of grace. You're so mean to you. You're mean to you. You really are. You're mean to you. And so if I can invite you to give yourself a little grace. This past week we've been full of family. Kathy's kids were all here. And the youngest one of those is about, how old is she? 18 months? 19? 21 months old? Oh, God, she's so funny. If you ever want to know who you are, just go look at a 21-month-old. Right? I mean, she's so just full of like everything, right? If something like freaks her out or she's mad about it, she just screams, just bloody murder scream, right? If something like makes her happy, she's delighted. She gets when you pay attention to her, all that kind of stuff, right? And so I've been watching her this past week and thinking about this talk and about Karen and about how it all comes together for our beliefs. And the thing is that what I want you to believe is only one thing. I want you to believe and know that you are loved, that you are loved, and that you are loved. You see, if you don't know my story, I was assigned female at birth, and I walked through the world in woman's skin for 35 years before I took testosterone that gave me this beard. And then in 2018, I went off testosterone that gave me this lady butt back. So I am a non-binary transgender human being, and yesterday, in the state of Kansas, I started breaking the law because my driver's license says male, and my birth certificate says female. And according to the law in Kansas now, I'm breaking the law by having my gender marker different on my driver's license. And that right now, people are starting to believe a lot of things about trans people. Right? You're going to hear it in the news, you're going to hear everything, trans people. And so they're so scared of me that while we could focus on solving homelessness or infrastructure or education, they're going to focus on the 30 trans people in Kansas that are scary. Because we're scary. But do you understand that all that they're doing is just functioning from their belief, right? It's just about belief. And they haven't met me yet, so I haven't loved them out of it. But they will, right? They'll meet somebody like me. And so what I want you to believe is that you're loved. Because see, I came from hating my own guts. When I came out as queer, I thought I'm going straight to hell. I'm a piece of crap. I'm a sexual deviant freak. I should die. And so I worked on that for a while. And it took me a long time to understand and to get to this point of joy now. And I want to tell you how I started because I think it's so important. I started giving myself so much grace that I treated myself like I was a baby. I started talking to myself like I was a baby. Anytime I'd screw something up, I'd be like, it's okay, baby. It's all right, right? It took me a long time to even get to where I could speak gently to myself, right? I grew up in Southeast Kansas where our language is violent. We say violent things to one another. And so it took me a long time. And still, once in a while, I'm like, idiot, right? But I'm telling you, I was just noticing the other day, I goofed up and I was like, oh, you're okay, baby. And I was like, look at you. Who are you? Talking to yourself like you're sweet, right? Y'all, this is a miracle. I used to literally look in the mirror and tell myself I was a worthless piece of crap. Okay? So this is a miracle. And this is about this love and God's love. Love's love, whatever you want to call it, we don't care. And the love of the Holy Spirit that I bring into my life every day. But it's a knowing that I'm loved. And I want you to know that. And anytime you doubt it, right, I want you to remember this moment and us and who we are for each other in that remembrance. Because, man, if we could honor Karen in any way, right? Emmy, could you be still for a minute? Thanks. If we could honor Karen in any way at all, that woman was so full of love. Oh, my God. She was so full of love and so full of the Holy Spirit, like it oozed from her pores. You know, she was so gentle and gave such grace to people. And so let's be like Karen, right? And remember ourselves as love. The only one thing I want you to believe, right, is that you are loved and that you are loved. And the more you be that, the more you draw it to you. And so all the other BS that I promise if you listen, you have it, right? If you really listen, you'll hear yourself say things like, no, I'm not good enough at that. I can't do that. It's all BS. Bring in something else like I am loved and I am love. And that love permeates for me every direction. I'm going to have Joy come up, and she's going to take us into meditation through her music. So I know that you love her, and so does she. We've already talked about this. So if you could hold your applause for her until after, we'll just go into meditation. She'll do a song after that. But we're going to take you into meditation now through music, and then I'm going to come back and meditate with you. So it's not over, but thank you so far, and we're going to meditate. Thank you.
One of the most amazingly, achingly beautiful violin pieces I know, and I wanted to share it with you today in honor of Karen and everyone who we want to honor and celebrate and remember.
As we enter into a time of meditation, just keep your eye on your breath. Relax your jaw. I want you to get present to your crown chakra, very tip top of your head. Let's just imagine it's open and the most beautiful lavender light. For me, I'm going to say that represents the Holy Spirit, the love of God, the light of the universe coming down over your crown chakra, melting down over your third eye, around your ears, just melting down around your face. Just filling you up. Just feel that beautiful light as it comes down your face and over your throat chakra. Feel that light drift around your shoulders, down into your heart chakra. So we're going to throw those shutters open on that heart. As that light hits your heart, just imagine like shutters being thrown open in the springtime, It's like spring cleaning time. And as your heart is open wide, I'm going to take this time to have you notice. We don't have to dive into it, but have you noticed that you have beliefs about yourself that not only don't serve you, but get in the way of other people loving you? And all those beliefs are just not true. There is only one truth, one belief. You're a child of the universe. You're a child of God, whatever you want to call it. You were made as love created you. And that is who you are. And in this silent moment, I want to take an opportunity for you to connect. In the beginning, we brought in light beings, and I hope you brought people in that you wanted to be with. Our ancestors. The room is full. So as we take some time here in a minute in the silence, I want you to just see if you can be with who you truly are. Just one belief. Who you are as love. I am as God created me. And the light and the love and the glory. Be with that in the silence. As we start to come back into this room, you wiggle your toes and your fingers. When you feel comfortable, come back here. I always love it so much when you open your eyes and I see you after meditation because you're even lighter and more beautiful. Thank you for being here today. I know it's 4th of July weekend. You got a lot going on. It's so important to be here in community together. And I love you so much for showing up. I want to remind you of the words of Marianne Williamson in her book, A Return to Love, a study on the Course in Miracles. She reminds us, and I remind you, that your deepest fear is not that you're inadequate. Your deepest fear is that you are powerful beyond measure, and it is your light, not your darkness, that most frightened you. And you ask yourself, who am I? Who are you? Who are you to be gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You're a child of the universe, and you staying small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. You were born to make manifest the glory of the universe that is within you. It's not just in some of us. It is in every one of you. And as you let your own light shine, you give other people permission to do the same. And as you are liberated from your own fear, your presence automatically liberates others. Gosh, you're beautiful. Thank you.
Wow. About 12 years ago or so, I went through a divorce, and there was so much brokenness in my life at that time, in so many different ways. And as I surveyed and went over and over all those broken pieces, I thought, how can I reframe this? How can I find a way forward? And I thought of the image of a mosaic, and how artists take those broken pieces, right, and turn them into something beautiful. And I realized that so many times the best way to do that is together in community. So I wrote this song called Mosaic. Well, my friends, we live with a shattered. Time ago, the song was complete. We were young, the chasm before us, before tears followed our feet. Well, my friend, I've studied the pieces, wrestling, turning each one in my mind. Some sharp to touch, some edges are softened, some too heavy to leave behind. How do we make our mosaic together? How do we shape trial by fire? How do we find our peace with the fragments, ever changing with the tide? Well, my friend, the chasm is o'er us. Echoes sing when quiet the night. Let us whisper of simple and hopeful to carry us into time. How do we make our mosaic together? How do we shape trial by fire? How do we find our peace with the fragments, ever changing with the tide? Let us make our mosaic together. We can shape trial by fire. We will find peace with our fragments together, ever changing with the tide, ever changing with the tide. We are changing in the tide.
Wow, thank you. Okay, I'm a little confused apparently. We hold our gifts to this community in our hands and love in our hearts. Let's affirm together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Okay, let's join Holly in singing, We Are the Ones.
We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. We are the ones, we are, we are. We are the ones, we are, we are. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. We are the ones, we are, we are. We are the ones, we are, we are. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. We are the ones, we are, we are. We are the ones, we are, we are. We ones. We are the ones. We are.
And as our ushers come forward, here's our prayer of thanks. Please listen. We are grateful and we bless the flow of good that supports our Unity community. We bless the givers who give their time, talent, and treasure. We stand in the knowing that the flow of good goes forth only to return again and again, and so it is. Amen. A special welcome to our guests today. Thank you for joining us. If you would like more information about Unity of Lawrence and the Unity Movement, pick up a welcome packet in the foyer. Sunday Lunch Bunch is meeting at Perkins, 1711 West 23rd Street. Everyone is welcome. Our beloved Karen Langsford Celebration of Life will be on Saturday, July 15th at 3 p.m. here. Okay. 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 Okay, but it's actually the 15th. Okay, we got it. 3 p.m. here at Unity of Lawrence. Lessons in Survival is canceled for today. The book study Becoming Supernatural continues in July on the following Mondays. Tomorrow, July 3rd, July 17th, and July 31st at 6 p.m. Remember, open meditation meets on Tuesdays at 6:30 here in the sanctuary. Coming July 13th at 7 p.m., Kirtan and Sound Healing with Star Sister Revival and friends. Pick up a flyer in the foyer for more information on this exciting event. The new member class sign-up is in the foyer. Classes will be held on August 13th, 20th, and 27th at 12:30 p.m. in the sanctuary. Sharon Dwyer is teaching and will be using Ellen Davenport's book, The 5 Principles, available online. Please join us next Sunday when Phil Roger brings us the message, The Mystical Power of Inner Peace. Special music by Chris Hudson. And now it's time to sing the peace song. Please stand.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it be